When I see pastors who don't pray, who don't fast, who don't study, sometimes we're wondering, do you have a plan? And you are like this? What is driving you? What is driving you? What kind of destiny and what kind of future do you have in mind? The reason I know I can't die is because of my drive. One day I was invited to the north to come and dedicate a hotel, a project. And when I got to that place, I was in the north. They put me in one small guest house. They said they'll come and get me. So two of my sons of the prophet were there. So I told them I was coming. So they quietly, I said, don't tell anybody. I'll just dedicate it and I'll go. So he said, okay. And picked me, went there. They were with me. He said, just stay with me. When this person comes, I don't know this person too well. I said, no problem. It was actually, we are both of us have mutual friends. He's a friend to a friend. So he was recommended. I said, okay. I went there. Before I left, my spirit was not settled. But sometimes you try to please people and you get into a problem. If my spirit is not settled, even if you are my father, I'm not moving. You always enter church. I've always been a victim of that plenty times, so I don't learn. My wife will ask me, you never still learn. So I went there. As I got there, the next thing, we're hearing gunshot. When we looked, one of us went to look out. We were surrounded by killers. So I entered into a trap. I used my leg to enter a trap. There were gunmen around the hotel. I was calling this person who invited me. He was not taking my call. There were gunmen. The next thing, from one of the windows, I noticed we are gasping for breath. We are gasping. We are gasping. So they fired something. They sprayed something into the hotel. So we are gasping. I saw one of the pastors already going down, coughing. And I told them, I said, hold me. We are in the room. At that point, there was nothing I knew to do than to pray. He held me. We began to pray. My eyes were shut. We just began to pray. We began to pray. One was no more praying, was just coughing. The other was still praying. We began to pray. I was just praying. I said, God, with tears gathering in my eyes, I said, me, they will hear that I was killed in the north. They will hear that I was wasted in the north with my children, with a ministry. How will they hear it? Not that I came here for a program. I came to dedicate something and I was killed like a chicken. I said, Lord, how will they hear it? How will it happen? I was not seeing death. I was seeing the impossibility of death. I said, how will it happen? And I began to talk to the Lord. I said, this is not possible. He said, my covenant will I not break, nor utter the thing that has come out of my mouth. While I was still praying in tongues and giving scriptures, I was giving scriptures, I was speaking in tongues. When we opened our eyes, we were outside the hotel. We did not pass through the door. Now listen to this, listen to this. We are not just outside the hotel. When I turned, I was still seeing the gunmen around the hotel. We were far ahead of them. And I picked the pastors. I said, we have to now walk. Don't run, let's walk. I left my bag. I left the things that were inside. I left my charger, my phone were in my pocket, and we just kept walking. They were still thinking we were inside. What happened? If you don't know what happened, when you see Philip, ask him what happened. Am I talking to somebody here? There is an anointing in man. There's a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth him understanding. When you have a drive, you can't expire. When you have a driver, you can't die. When you have a driver, you walk in the supernatural. When you have a driver, you ride. Listen. One time, killers came to the house of Bishop David Oyedepo, and they came to kill. And the son saw the killers. He said, who do you want? He said, my father. The son went back to the father. He said, there are some men with guns. And Bishop said to them, he said, go and tell them I am on eagle's wings. And they went back, and the killers entered the sitting room. Bishop crossed his leg. The wife crossed his leg.
The killers was looking for them. Yeah, they were seeing the killers. They just crossed their leg and they were looking at them like that.
Listen, sir, I pity a can I surprise you? If you have a spiritual father, please never allow him to get angry with you. One day, my father in the Lord, Pastor Enoch, by this time, Miles Moreau just died by a plane crash. My father in the Lord was praying, and he saw God's servant. Bishop Oyedepo saw him. He said he saw something like a grave. And my father in the Lord took his hand in the revelation and pulled him out of it. He said, what is the living doing among the dead? He pulled him out of it, and he opened his eyes. 3 a.m. he left Redeem camp, went straight to Otta. And when they told Papa Oyedepo that Daddy is downstairs, he shocked. What's going on? He said, come here, kneel down. What is the living doing among the dead? And he laid hands on him and anointed him. That day, he didn't tell him there was a trip to Cyprus. As they took off, got on the air, first engine failed, second engine failed. In the air, both engines failed, but the devil came late because a father saw it. First, do you know the pain this generation is experiencing is because of the abuse on fathers? Don't join that generation. Are you following me? If we are to follow common sense like them, we will not even be Christians. If we are to follow logic like them, we will not even serve God. When they try to explain everything with common sense, when they try to explain everything with human wisdom, a father came ahead. First, you know, a plane has 2 engines. If one pack up, you try to manage the nearest airport, you land on the other. If both, when you hear say a plane crash, both failed. This one, both failed in the air. They began to navigate. How can they? Engine packed up. The next thing, the angels of God, because a father had come, as in water face answered to face, so is the heart of man to man. It is the heart. You don't understand. If you are laughing at your father's yam being burnt, you will face hunger. He that puts his father's house on fire will inherit ashes. Am I talking to somebody here? He that puts his father's house on fire will inherit ashes. When you see your father being verbally insulted, you have to secure it because it's your destiny that is in contention. When you see insults and railings and rubbish on the mentor, on the father, if you insult me, I will not say anything to you. I'm used to it. It doesn't mean anything. Abuse me. When you're tired, you stop. After 1 hour, there'll be another news. But if you insult Pastor Oyedepo, at that point, I don't have character. I drop character. All the English I learned in mass communication, I will jam them. I will take my time to reply you. Am I talking to somebody here? And sometimes when some things has been said, my father will ask them, has Johnson seen it? Because he knows if I see it, except I don't see it. I'm not kidding. Except I don't care what you say. Abuse me online, it is nothing to me. But if you speak against my father, let people see you as gullible. How can you don't know how unwise you are? You have a pastor in your church, they are insulting him, and you are quiet. You see him every Sunday, you see him on Tuesday, you see him during Bible study, you know him well, and somebody is trying to let you know that they know him more than you. You that see him always. So they now, are you sensible? You that see him always, somebody else, now a stranger, is talking as if he knows him more than you, and you are quiet. But you are trying to be on the side of the media. No, sir, it doesn't work like that.